Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we'll be talking on a topic that is very, very important, and that is developing a growth mindset. I have prepared four keys that can actually help you start on this journey on developing a growth mindset. It's very important because as a leader or someone who wants to attain greatness, growth is one of the major ingredients that can take you from the person you are to the person that you are supposed to be. Developing a growth mindset is a very key ingredient that can help you become the best version of yourself. All that there is to you now is not all that you are. There are some key major things that can help you start on your journey in developing a growth mindset. One of it is embracing challenges. A lot of people feel that challenges is actually what stops you from chasing your dreams, but when you look at it in a more clear sense, challenges is what prepares you for your destiny or that place in which you want to get into. Let's say for instance you are about to buy a car and you have never driven a car, and one of the major things you would want to be doing is to transport yourself from one state to another. Now, what do you think would happen when you just get the car and you want to start driving? Of course, you will crash it. Why? Because you have not gone through the process, of learning how to drive that car. So now, during that process of learning how to drive, it could be a little bit challenging. Why? Because you need to learn how to work with the accelerator, you need to know how to change gear and so many other things. So we accepting challenges is a means in helping us grow. When we see challenges as an avenue to grow, then we become the better version of ourselves. We tend to attract challenges because for every challenge that we successfully come across and we are able to conquer, then we will have the skill and training within us to always conquer such kind of challenges. So it's just like when you learn a particular formula in maths, the period where you used to learn that formula was a bit challenging, but after learning it, what happened? It becomes very easy. This was not because it was very easy then, no, it's because you have grown yourself to the point where you can attempt such kind of question. That is it in the cycle of life. When you want to attain greatness or move from one place to another, it is very important that you welcome challenges. So the question is, what challenges are you running away from? That challenge can be an avenue in you stepping into the next level. So that challenge can help you in growing yourself from your present state to the next state of your life. So do not run away from challenge. Make sure you accept challenges so that you can grow through them. Now, the second point that I would want to talk about is prioritize progress over perfection. Now, this is a very, very important point. Why? Because a lot of us have shut down our mindset for growth. Why? Because we are seeking for perfection. And because we are seeking for perfection and it becomes very hard for us to become perfect in something, we close our mind from learning what we are supposed to learn. Remember that progress over perfection is the key in helping you develop a growth mindset. Why? Because you tend to celebrate the small wins that you have on a daily basis. Nobody starts something and becomes so perfect in it. You have to start gradually and gradually. So it is very important that you prioritize progress, your daily achievement over perfection, because perfection would block your mind from growing. Because whenever you're starting something, you don't just get perfect by it. Let me give us this little instance. I wanted starting YouTubing for a very long period of time, and one of the major things that made me not to get into it was the fact that I wanted everything to be perfect. So because of I wanted everything to be perfect, I never spoke, I never took a video because my camera was not good, my communication skills was bad, and so I was waiting to be perfect. And after a year, I tend to analyze myself, and I tend to understand that because I wanted perfection, I hadn't started YouTubing. And so one of the things that made me got into it was that whether I was good or not, I was going to start from somewhere. And then from the moment I pick up that challenge, I begin to see daily growth. I begin to see daily improvement. And that alone helped me grow. That alone helped me, move from one point to the other. So if you want to start something new, make sure you start regardless of whether you're perfect in it or not. Your daily progress will lead to you becoming better. The idea of perfection does not exist. No matter how good you are in something, there will always be something that could be done more better. So rather than going for perfection, make sure you go for progress. Now, the third point, which is very important, make sure you get this, is learn to get feedback from people and work on it. We don't tend to seek for feedback from people. And one of the important things about feedback is that people tend to give you a perspective of how they see your progress. Now, it may be that while you're working on something, you have a perspective of your own progress, but then it's very important that you open the room to so many people to actually give you a feedback of what they think about the result of what you are doing, and then you work by it. Now, you can also work based on the criticism of people. Now, I will not advise you to always, accept criticism, negative criticism. But for me, what I actually do is that no matter the negativity of people criticism, I try to access what they are saying and then pick some of the positive things that I can pick and work on myself. When you get feedback from people, you tend to see some of the areas that you yourself you could not see, and so it helps you in growing. When you get feedback from people who loves you, from people who are positive and who wants you to grow, they begin to point out things that originally you cannot actually see. One of the things that my mom would actually tell me is that people actually see you more than you see yourself. So people can actually spot a mistake that you cannot actually spot. Why? Because people pay attention to what you are doing. Even if they might not come out to tell you, people pay attention. So with feedback, it can help you develop a growth mindset because you are always learning from what people are actually giving you feedback on, which is very important. So make sure you go to family, friends, and people who cares about you and ask for their honest feedback about what you are doing and your progress. And I bet you, when you begin to write down some of their observations, you can start working through them. You can develop yourself. You can develop that growth mindset by working on some of their feedback. So the last point, which is very, very important, is have a time for self-reflection. Look, this has helped me a lot since when I was in secondary school. Have a time for self-reflection. Now, the time for self-reflection, it's more like a meditation it's more like a meditation of the whole process of your journey in a particular area where you want to see growth in. So for instance, I started working as a business person, and I have input a lot of principles. I've done a lot of things in making sure that my business grow. At a point in time, what I do is that I sit down and self-reflect. What is it that I'm doing right? What is it that I'm doing badly? Okay, what can I actually improve in? Have my emotions crowded me in my business? Self-reflection helps you in bringing all the components that you have put in place in your people, and then it helps you analyze it. It helps you see some of the things that originally you would not see. So the point for self-reflection is very, very important. If you put all these points in place, I bet you will develop a growth mindset. You will always be learning. You will always want to improve yourself. So what is it that you need to do from these 3 points that can help you work on your mindset, that can help you develop that growth mindset? Whatever you think you've gotten, put it down in the comment section and tell me what you think about developing a growth mindset. Remember to please subscribe on our YouTube channel so that we can create content that can help you grow. Thank you for always sticking with me, and until next time, God bless you.